Hello, my fellow Leafers. This is Leaf Blast. I'm O'Shane McDonald, and this is my first ever episode. Now, why have I created Leaf Blast? Because I couldn't stand by anymore watching this debacle we call the Toronto Maple Leafs skate like a bunch of fairies around the ice, not giving a damn, while the hardcore Leafers like you and I pay good money for merchandise and tickets and spend our days watching Leaf games while these $7 million pansies run around pretending to play hockey. Now, let's put things into perspective. I've been a Leaf fan, well, let's say, since I was in my father's nutsack. That's right, I remember being in my father's testicle, listening to Lanny McDonald, who, incidentally, I got my fashion sense from, score goals for our Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, this is the absolute worst Leaf team I have ever had the non-pleasure of watching. Now, I'm not saying on paper they're bad. On paper, they're actually pretty good. They've got a good offense. They've got a not bad defense on paper. And their goaltending is pretty damn sharp. And usually that is a recipe for a good winning team. At least one that should make the playoffs with ease. But what do we have here? We have a group of players that do not feel like playing hockey games. They don't come prepared. There is a pattern that I see going on. This is how I see every hockey game starting out. First, maybe 15 minutes before the hockey game, Randy Carlyle sneaks into Kessel's dressing room, where he and Bozak, and probably JVR, have been watching Justin Bieber's movie all day long. And they were drinking apple fucking cider and probably, I don't know, masturbating to some kind of pornography that involves Miley Cyrus. I don't know. Now, aside from masturbating all night to Miley Cyrus, listen, I'm sure masturbating to Miley Cyrus all night is not a bad thing. I did it many times myself, but I don't do it before a hockey game. Masturbation aside, we've got a group of hockey players that have been up all night not preparing for the game and have slept in. We have a coach that has snuck into the dressing room 15 minutes before the game, and 3 tired hockey players. Probably they're all tired. They've probably all been watching Miley Cyrus masturbate to Justin Bieber videos. Not that there's anything wrong with Justin Bieber masturbating to Miley Cyrus. He could do whatever he wants. So, you got Carlisle sneaking in going, guys, it's like 15 minutes to the game. I think it's time for you to get up, probably. And perhaps think about coming to play the hockey game. Now, they wake up and they wipe. The first thing they do is they wipe their crusties from their eyes. What's going on? It's a hockey game today. You're playing against the New Jersey Devils. That's what Carlisle says. Maybe not even so mean, just like, we're playing the New Jersey Devils, so possibly put your skates on. Oh, do you have to, Carlisle? I don't want to. I'm tired. I was masturbating to bloody Miley Cyrus all night, listening to Justin Bieber records, or MP3s, or whatever the kids are into these days. They're groggy. They get up, they put their equipment on, they go to the game, and they still wiping their crust from their eyes. They get there, they see Jonathan Bernier. What took you so long? I've been here all day waiting for you, you know. The New Jersey Devils have been here all day. What took you forever? Well, we were watching Bieber and Miley Cyrus. So, they start the game, and this always happens. And as usual, the opposite team skates circles around the Leafs, who still are in dreamland, you know, visioning Bieber and Miley. Oh, like a wrecking ball, you know, in their minds. There's a wrecking ball in the game and they don't see it. So they're now losing 2-0. Inevitable. You can't have Bernier's doing all sorts of crazy acrobats and he cannot do everything and they're losing 2-0. And then the coach goes, guys, what happened here? Look at the scoreboard. It's 2-0. And Kessel and the boys are like, what? 2-0? How did this happen? Oh, well, you guys were fantasizing about Miley Cyrus. And you were wiping crusties from your eyes. Oh, really? So we are sleepy. I guess it's time to wake up then and play some hockey. I think it's about time. Yeah, so the second period rolls around. And they say they play good. They look at it and say, oh, we're a pretty good team. Then start skating hard and they shoot the puck in and they go chase it and they fight people and they score a goal and they score another goal and they score another. Now they're winning 3-2. Go into the third period. And they're like, boys, we're winning 3-2. Hey, boys, we've won. And to celebrate our winning, let's go to sleep. Because I'm tired. And they say, oh, right, we're winning. Yeah, sure, let's go to sleep. No, the game is still on. It's a third period and they decide to sleep again. Randy Carlyle is even tucking them in. Oh, don't worry, Kessel. Go back to sleep. Jonathan Bernier can handle the rest of this game. He's good. And Jonathan Bernier is good, so is Reimer. The problem is they're not good enough. They're not super machines that could take 500 shots a game. So, what inevitably was going to happen, the opposite team ties the game up and they go to overtime. Carlisle, wake up. We're in overtime. We need to score another goal. And Kissel and the boys are like, oh, really? Oh, God, what happened? Bernier fucked up. No, Bernier did not fuck up. You guys were sleeping. Oh, well, we guess we're going to have to score another one then. But it's a little too late to, by that time they're too groggy. They can't score a goal. Their best hope is, shootout. And hopefully Bernier puts on a performance there and they score 2 lucky goals. And so that's the pattern. That's the pattern I see, You can't have a team wake up 15 minutes before the hockey game and expect to be sharp and ready to play. You have to wake them up at least maybe 3 hours before the game, perhaps. Light the fire under them. So that's what I think we need. Number one, if this coach cannot handle it, then we have to get somebody who can. It's inevitable that a young team like this performs in such a manner. It performs in such a manner because they are in fact a young team. And as a young team, they're prone to needing to probably jerk off a lot. And because they are millionaires and they're like, oh, I got $1 million and, we're superstars in Toronto. We don't have to play really hard. We just have our money and we show up and party down. This wouldn't have happened during the time of Gary Roberts or Doug Gilmour or Wendell Clark or Lenny McDonald, who I got this fashion sense from. Wouldn't have happened during those times because they were veteran players. They're done whacking up. They're done with that. That's all in the past. They don't masturbate any longer. Their willies are barely working. They're on Cialis 90% of the time. They need guys on Cialis. I know everyone's, oh, they're too old. They're past their prime. But you need a guy, because a guy who needs Cialis is not preoccupied with superstardom and masturbation. So we need to get a guy, and a guy who has some clout. We're not talking about grab some any old man and put him in the, this is not a museum, it's a hockey team. So what we need to do is find a great one. Detroit Red Wings were great at that. They, let Chris Chelios stay till he was, in his 72. Brett Hall, they brought him in. They brought Mike Modeno. Great teams know that you need to have a coach, but you need a player to demonstrate how to be a professional. And the Leafs today have no such player. They don't have someone to emulate. They don't have a Gary Roberts. They don't have a Nieuwendyk. You can have a team of just Nieuwendyks and Roberts, but you need one or two on the team. One on the defense and one in the forwards. Nunes, if you're listening, find a player who is great, who has been there. Preferably, we need somebody with some clout. A guy like Jaromir Jagr. He may not score a lot of goals. He's going to give it his 100%. He's going to play with fury and heart. Or somebody similar. You got to find someone out there. Because on a young team like ours, who willies get hard 90% of the time with a gust of wind, you cannot expect them to give 100% every day. Because half of their brain is thinking about Miley Cyrus and whacking off. So, that is your job, Nonus. Find that guy. He exists, and I don't care what you pay him. But find him and bring him to the Leafs. We need a guy to wake the team up. A guy who says, what the hell is this? You're still sleeping on... It's bloody 5 minutes and you're sleeping? Are you crazy, you bunch of daft bastards? You're making millions of dollars, you bunch of punks. Get out! And I don't want to catch you napping and whacking off. If you want to whack off, do it on your own time, not before a game. So, Nonus, I'm talking to you, you bastard. Either get rid of a coach and bring a coach who's got more bloody testicles, or find at least 3 veterans with clout. Someone who the other players can look up to. Someone preferably on Cialis. And you'll see a winning hockey team. This is O'Shane signing out. And go, Leafs, go.